Hello, this is Hooked by Happenstance, and I'm Kendra, and it is time for another episode of Makes Monday. Episode 51, in fact, Adapt. In case you did not know, Makes Monday is my podcast where I come at you approximately weekly to talk about what I've been crocheting, what is on my hook, what's off my hook, what I might be having strung out long-term projects, and I also give you kind of an overview of a word of the week that explains my life, crafty or otherwise, for a given week. This week's word is adapt, which, according to Merriam-Webster, is a verb meaning to make fit, as for a new use, often by modification. Well, we are starting the new season of the year around here at my house. That means that as public school kids go back to school, we homeschool, so that does not necessarily affect us, but it does in the fact that the schedule of all the extracurricular activities, club meetings, etc. change when everybody else goes back to school. So we are currently adapting our schedule to some new routines around here, as well as also our school year ramps up too, just because there's fewer other things going on as everyone else goes back to school. So we kind of ramp it up even though we do stuff year round. So we are currently adapting that, which means that since, you know, I should be a grown up and prioritize my personal life and all those things, and you know how that all goes. I am adapting how things are working around here on my channel. Also, I think that these adaptations should make for a more consistent kind of schedule experience for all of you. So, rather than filming Makes Mondays on Monday, I am going to be filming them on Tuesdays, which I get is kind of funny, and theoretically I could change the name, but I like the idea of Makes Monday. Number one, because it has alliteration and that makes me happy. And also, I think that it will help me to film potentially earlier on Tuesdays than I sometimes feel like filming. Because I like to see like how much progress I can get done in a week, right? As we all do when we set these like little random goals for ourselves, I think. At least I do. So if I'm going to film on a Monday, I like to get as much done as I can, especially on the things I'm working on, which sometimes means I will put off filming when I could have filmed earlier in the day because I'm trying to get more done. But if I think of it as Makes Monday is what I get done from Monday to Monday, and then I film on Tuesday, well, Monday is over. I've done everything I could do on that Monday. That is where the progress ends. Tuesday, I am fair game at any point to consider myself to be done with a week's efforts. If that makes any sense. I'm sure it's overthinking it, but it really does seem to feel better to me. And it's helping me, I think, to put like a line in the sand. Like, this is done, and now, you know, you can move forward. So, Makes Monday will be getting filmed on Tuesdays. But it is worth noting that they may get uploaded at various times. Because of the strange schedule that I live on, strange to everybody else, not really strange to me, I sometimes don't get the chance to film until the wee hours of the morning for an average human. So, like right now, it is 2:46 in the morning, and I'm just now filming because it's finally convenient for me to do so. And I'm not going to go to bed for another probably hour or two. Anyways. Also, my rural internet gets real wonky, especially when we have weather. If there's any sort of moisture, my internet does weird things. It's just the way it is, and I've accepted it. I don't like it. I don't understand it, but I accept it. So, even with my best intentions, I can try and get everything done on time to upload and then just have major internet problems that lead things to taking longer to upload. So, you should be able to expect with my newly adapted schedule that I am adopting. See, yeah. I I will be filming on Tuesdays at some point during the day and then uploading. It might show up in your subscription feed on Tuesday. It might not show up till early Wednesday morning. That's just the way it's gonna be. If you're somebody who's really concerned about things being on a certain day, just pretend that my podcast does not come out till Wednesday evening, and then check your box on Wednesday evening and it should be there by then. It might have been sitting there for a while, but it should be there by then. Also, I will continue to be filming Sunday Sunrises on Sunday. They will show up as they do sometime between Sunday and Monday, because it all depends what time Sunday I get to film, and again, the uploading thing. My other plan is to put out 2 other videos a week, and those will be on Thursday and Friday. So there should be something published Tuesday/Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So 4 videos a week. And then I'll go from there. But I think that will be good for me to have a more structured amount of things that I'm planning to put out. It'll give me a good goal. It'll help me to balance that whole work-life thing. You know how that goes. So, anyways, that was a whole lot of talking about our word of the week and how I am adapting my schedule and my life. I have not gotten a huge amount done. I have nothing off my hook because the adaptation process is not always fun and painless. It's, I don't know, it's stuff, it's work. So that means that I've been doing a lot of things around my house and just, you know, life. So there wasn't a whole lot of work on things this week, but I do have a couple of things to show you. So I started, and I think they're both new projects this week. I don't think either of them I've showed you before. So this started out to be a Havana shirt dress. You may remember the pink dress that I was wearing last week, which I didn't talk about what it was. It was the Havana shirt dress by Crystallized Designs. It is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. Today I'm wearing my Reminisce cardigan, which is a pattern by Heidi Made Velvet Acorn. It is also a for sale pattern, or like, yeah, paid for pattern on Ravelry. So anyways, this was going to be a Havana shirt dress, and it was going to be made this direction. So this part was the bodice of the dress, and it is made out of a Karen Big Cakes in the color Toffee Brickle, which I don't get from the color, but whatever. Like I always say, meteorologists and people who name yarn, you don't have to be accurate, and they let you keep your jobs. So this was going to be the bodice of the dress. And then I was actually going to make just a top and not do the full dress. So I got done with enough of the bodice to do the bust, and then I worked on the skirty bit. And I finished out the whole skein of yarn doing the skirty bit. And then I didn't like the way that it was working with this particular yarn. Like it was too thick, it wasn't laying nice, especially compared to the one that I really liked. Perhaps I picked too small a size. I went with the 1X, and I think I might have done the 2 when I did the dress the first time, but I wanted one that fit a little tighter. Anyways, I was not happy with the skirty bit. So I was trying it on though, and I realized that I did like the way that it fit, like, from my bust down as the bottom of a sweater, like this. So I did that, and I was like, I like that. So I finished out the rest of the cake of yarn, just the way I had done the top, and it turned out it was just like the perfect size. It fits me so, so good. I really like it. But obviously I ran out, and I had bought this on clearance at Michael's back when I was in California in February after my mom died. So it was part of that like purchase of yarn that I made. And yes, I only had the 1 skein, and I don't want to go looking for more. I know there are ways to find more yarn. I know you can search Ravelry. I like to try and make do with what I have on hand. So I did have some of this Black Canyon. This is the Lion Brand Heartland in whatever the black color is. I think it's Black Canyon Tweed. I even think I have a ball band somewhere, but I don't really care. It's the only black color of Lion Brand Heartland. So I took one skein and I started building a top off of it using my own increasing method and such. And made this, I really like the neckline and everything so far. And it fits really nice the way it is. When I was showing my family, they're like, oh, you should just leave it like it is. I'm like, except it's going to be cold here soon and we must adapt to the seasons. And I'm not going to want a short sleeve thing. I don't really like sweater vests very much. I don't find them to be particularly functional for the temperature we keep our house at. If anything, what I need is to cover my arms. If I just want to cover like my shoulders, I'll wear a shawl. So I'm going to add sleeves. I have a second skein of the Heartland, and so I finished out one skein and then I started a second one, and then I took the rest of that second one and I've split it in half into 2 balls. So I'm just going to make the sleeves as long as they can go. I don't know what that's going to turn out to be. And then I'll decide if I'm going to get another skein of yarn or if I decide that they're long enough. Because I think I would actually be okay with this having like a 3/4 sleeve, but I don't know how far, obviously, it's going to take me, and I might try it on and then be like, I don't know. So I was going to actually get another skein of yarn today, but they don't carry it at my Walmart, so I was going to have to next time I go to Joann's or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's a work in progress. I'm designing as I go. I just keep trying it on and deciding if I like it. And so far I really like it. And I like the way that the decreasing in the neck turned out. I have considered adding more neck, like more stuff, which would make it go up a little higher so I wouldn't have to wear a top underneath it. It'll really depend how the sleeves turn out, I think. I'm going to do sleeves and then I'll deal with the neck issue. If the sleeves are such that I would wear this with nothing underneath it, well then I need to do a little bit to the top because the top is a wee bit revealing even for me. So, we'll see. But that is this shirt, top, sweater. It's a sweater. It's a sweater. We're going to call it my sweater that I am making, and it was previously a Havana shirt dress, but it's not anymore. Now it's something that I've pulled out of my imagination, as with many, many things. Another thing that I'm in the process of pulling out of my imagination is hiding over here. It's hiding right here. I'm gonna have a sip of my drink. Alrighty. You enjoying the fall mug? Oh, it's really cool here tonight. I guess I should comment about that. Which you might notice, since I'm wearing a cardigan, I'm not just wearing it because I think it looks cute. I'm wearing it because I was legitimately cold. Now I am also wearing shorts. But I was wearing shorts and like a short sleeve shirt that I'd made. But yeah, I get to wear my cardigan today. Well, tonight, when I finally gave in, we opened the windows because it's in the high 50s tonight. Really? Because yesterday I think it was in the 90s. It was incredibly... It was! Monday it was 97 when I was driving in the car with the kids, and today it's going to be in the high 50s. I don't know. It's that time of year, folks. So, this is part of the project that Peachlet picked for me in the first installment of year 2 of Let Peachlet Pick. If you've not seen that series, Peachlet, my fiber doppelganger, who I'm sure you've met by now, she helps me pick my projects by picking numbers which correspond to numbers in my stash. I look at all the yarn in a drawer and then I decide to make something on the fly. So this is some Bernat Mosaic in the Optimistic colorway. It does not exist anymore. It is discontinued. That is how I got it. I bought a case lot from the Spin Right E-Tent when that was a thing. And I've tried to make multiple things out of this yarn, and I frog most of them. It is an odd yarn. It's pretty, and I love the colors, but it is a single that is plied at an odd amount. So I'm concerned about using it for things that like making a cardigan or something, because I think it's going to felt under the sleeves if I do anything with arms. So this is going to be a top, which will be sleeveless. That way I don't have to worry about the felting of arms. This is using the same general pattern that I had worked out for my yellow top I was making out of the cattails yarn. This obviously will end up with a back as soon as I get to that point because I have plenty of yarn. This is how far I got, and this is one skein. I'm using, an eye hook, which is a 5.5 millimeter, and I'm enjoying it. It's going pretty quick. Working with this yarn, having been frogged, and so I have reballed it instead of being in its little, it's not a hank. It's like, you know, a small skein is what it comes in. But it's coming better off the hand wound ball that I made. So it worked out pretty quick. This has been, like a car ride and back. This has probably just been maybe 2 hours of work. Maybe. And that was like watching TV and stuff. So it's chugging along, and it should hopefully continue to chug along. I would like to get it done, you know, as soon as it feels like happening. I think I am prioritizing working on the sweater over working on this, except when I run out of yarn for that, I may have to put it on hold till we go to where I can buy more. But this is a fun project. This is currently the project I'm taking around with me because right now I don't have to do any counting. Like, there's no increases, decreases, whatever at this point. I'm just working straight in pattern, so that is ideal for just carrying around and not thinking about. And that is everything I have completed this week. I felt like I did more, but I guess I didn't. So that will be good enough. I did lots of other things this week that were not yarn related. So I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to be happy that I made some changes to my schedule and I'm adapting them to fit into my life because I want to continue to do these things. I really enjoy doing these things. I would like to do these things in a more consistent manner, but my life does not always lend itself to consistency. Thus is living, I don't know, in a household with 3 children and fluctuating schedules. So just the way it is. Take it or leave it, I guess. Our newly adapted schedule should also leave me some freedom to have some more time to work on some things here and there. I'm kind of trying to plug in more fun time for myself. We'll see if that all works out. I'm not very good at doing that. But anyways, I will see you all next time. Bye!